Good morning, students. I think you are quite well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I hope that in future you will also remain very well. Please stay home, stay inside, don't go out. This is an emergency situation that is going on all through the country, all over the world. You don't have to move outside of your house, of your residence. Stay inside and keep studying, following the video lectures we are uploading through YouTube. So I am Mr. Imran Hussain, a lecturer in English, Rajuk Uttara Model College. Today, I am uploading a video on changing sentences. This one is going to be a practice class for you. I hope you will enjoy my class. Let us start the class. Okay, the first sentence I'm showing, only Ravin is brilliant in the class. This sentence is in the affirmative. To make this sentence negative, we need to replace this only, the word I have marked red, this only with none but. You know that if there is only or alone in a sentence, we make the sentence by using none but to mean a person, nothing but to mean any object, not more than or not less than, if only or alone modifies any number. So this one here, Ravin is a person, so we need to make it negative by using none but. So this is the negative of the sentence. None but Ravin is brilliant in the class. The second one has alone, modifying the noun my friend. So here my friend is also a person, and similar to number one, we need to make it negative by using none but my friend. So this is the negative of the sentence. None but my friend lives in this house. Number three, his father went there yesterday. We need to make this sentence interrogative. You see that the sentence is in past indefinite tense. So for past indefinite tense, to make any sentence interrogative, we need to use did. And we need to keep it in mind that we have to keep it in mind that if we use a did to make any sentence interrogative, then the main verb of the sentence will have to be in base form after did. So if we use did at the beginning of the sentence, then this main verb went should be written in main form, I mean go. So the interrogative will be, didn't his father go there yesterday? One point that to make any sentence interrogative, we need to focus our attention to the sentence to find out whether the sentence is an affirmative or negative one. If the sentence is affirmative, we normally make it negative interrogative. And if the converse, I mean, if the sentence is in negative form, we need to make the sentence interrogative by dropping the negative word. So we make it affirmative interrogative if the sentence is negative. So this one, number three, his father went there yesterday, is in affirmative form. So we are making it negative interrogative. So using not with did and using the short form, didn't his father. This is also to be mentioned here that sometimes our students commit a very trivial mistake in making any sentence interrogative. They make the sentence interrogative, but they don't give this sign of interrogation. So if they do this, then the whole answer will be counted incorrect for them. So please focus your attention to this part of the sentence too. This is a rule 2. To make any sentence interrogative, you need to use the sign, note of interrogation. Number 4, traveling is always pleasant. We need to make this sentence negative. So if there is always in a sentence, we make the sentence negative by using never in place of always. And we also use the antonym of the word applicable beside it. So here the antonym of pleasant is unpleasant. So it will be never unpleasant. The negative is traveling is never unpleasant. Now, number 5, he did not complete the work in time. This sentence is to be made passive. Here, the sentence is in negative form. It is the negative of past indefinite. If we want to make this sentence passive, we need to take the object of the sentence. Here, the object is the work. So then the auxiliary verb. So for past indefinite tense, the auxiliary verb is usually was or were. As the object is singular here, we are taking was. So the work was, then we have to add this not. The work was not completed in time by him. Number 6, there is no rose but without sweet scent. You know that if there is no ... without is used in our sentence, we make that sentence affirmative by using every plus noun and then the verb has. So I am making this sentence affirmative by using every plus noun. Here the noun is the rose. So it would read like every rose, then the verb has in place of without. Every rose has sweet scent. Number 7, the child is only 3. Here, 3 means the age of the child, and only is modifying the number 3. So to replace, to make this sentence negative, we need to use not more than or not less than. We can use either of the two. I'm showing both. So the child is not more than 3 or not less than 3. So while writing the answer, you should avoid using slashes or obliques and use only one, either not more or not less. Use only one. Number 8, we ought to finish the work in time. This sentence is in active voice. To make this sentence passive, we need to take the object, the work. Then if there is any modal auxiliary verb ought to in a sentence, we make the sentence passive by using ought to be plus V3. So it will read like ought to be finished. So let us take the object, the work, then ought to be finished. The work ought to be finished in time by us. So this is the passive form of the sentence. Number 9, he is too weak to work. We have to make this sentence negative. To make this sentence negative, let us focus our attention to 2 . So if there is any 2 in a sentence, we make that sentence negative by using so ... that plus subject plus cannot or could not, depending on the tense of the sentence. So here this sentence is in present tense. We have to use cannot. So let us use that. He is, replace this 2 by the word so. He is so weak. Then this 2 by, replace this 2 by that. So he is so weak that. Then the subject he from the first part of the sentence. He is so weak that he, then use negative cannot, as this is in present tense. He is so weak that he cannot walk. This is the negative form of the sentence. Number 10, he has drawn a very nice picture. This sentence is in active voice, and this sentence is also in present perfect tense. To make any sentence which is in present perfect tense negative, we need to make any sentence passive. Of any sentence that is in present perfect tense takes a BEEN as the extra auxiliary verb to make that sentence passive. So here has drawn will be rewritten by has been drawn. So let us take the object, a very nice picture has been drawn by him. You should also remember that an object may be a short one and may also be a larger one. Normally here, the main part of the object is the picture. So before that, an adjective nice has been used here. And before the adjective, an adverb very has been used here. So you can say objects are sometimes preceded by adjectives and adverbs. So this is the answer to the sentence. So a very nice picture has been drawn by him. Number 11, my son must help the poor. We have to make this sentence negative. To make any sentence which has the modal auxiliary verb must, if we want to make that sentence negative, we need to replace the word must by using cannot help or cannot but or cannot help. So I'm using cannot but to make this sentence negative. So my son cannot but help the poor. If you want to use cannot help, you can use, but I would suggest you not to use the cannot help in this sentence, because this sentence has the main verb help. So help will be used twice if you use cannot help plus verb plus ing. So it is better to remain limited to cannot but in this case. So everybody respects an honest man. This sentence is to be made negative. So this sentence has the subject everybody. To make a sentence negative, thus make this sentence negative, we need to use there is nobody but. So the negative of this sentence will be there is nobody but respects an honest man. You can consider also an alternative way. The opposite of everybody is nobody. And you can also find the opposite of honest is dishonest. So an alternative answer to this sentence can be nobody respects a dishonest man. That can also be correct answer. Number if you don't want to use but, then you can use there is nobody who. If you use who, you must use negative does not after it. So the answer will read like this: there is nobody who does not respect an honest man. Number 13, Shazid is the tallest boy in the class. So let us look at the structure of this sentence. This is the subject, then the auxiliary verb is, then the plus superlative degree of adjective. So if any sentence is in subject plus verb plus the plus superlative degree of adjective, then we make the sentence negative by using the structure no other plus noun. So let us use no other here in this sentence. So the noun which is not in the beginning of the sentence, which is after the superlative form of the sentence. So here the superlative form is tallest. So the noun after it is the boy. So no other boy. Then we give the verb. No other boy is. Then we follow the structure as dot 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 as. I mean as plus adjective plus as. This adjective is in positive degree. So no other boy is as. So positive degree of tallest is tall. No other boy is as tall as, then the subject, as tall as Shazid. So you should use in this prepositional phrase in the class just after the noun boy. So in the class we'll go to the place following the noun boy. So no other boy in the class is as tall as Shazid. This will be the negative form of the sentence. You can use so instead of as. So using either so or as, both is correct. Using either so or as is correct, or you can you should avoid using slashes or obliques. So use either as or so. Do not use together at the same time giving the oblique. So using both are correct, but not together, separately. Number 14, Abdullah is always very active. This sentence is in affirmative form. We need to make it interrogative. To make this sentence we need to make this sentence negative. To make this sentence negative, we need to replace the word always by never, and then replace the word very by at all, and then use antonym of the word active. So the negative will be Abdullah is never. Inactive, then opposite of very is all at all. So the negative is Abdullah is never inactive at all. We should follow the rules of good health. This sentence is in active voice. To make this sentence passive voice, let us take the object, the rules of good health. So then if the verb pattern is in should plus verb, then we use should be plus V3 to make the sentence passive. So the rules of good health should be followed by us. This will be the passive of the sentence. As soon as the teacher entered into the classroom, the students stood up. We have to make this sentence negative. So to make this sentence negative, we first replace as soon as by no sooner had, and replace the comma by then. So the negative will be no sooner had the teacher entered into the classroom, then the students stood up. One point is to be remembered that this then in negative form, if the sentence has as soon as, spells like THAN. Students most often commit a mistake here by writing THEN. Please focus your attention here. We were sincere to our duties. We have to make this sentence interrogative. So if any sentence which has auxiliary verb like am, is, are, was, were, we take those auxiliary verbs at the beginning of the sentence to make the sentence interrogative. And if the sentence is also affirmative, we add negative word with that and use the contracted form. So were plus not, the contracted form will be weren't. The interrogative will read like weren't we sincere to our duties. Number 18, he's solvent. We have to make this sentence negative. To make this sentence negative, we need to find the opposite or antonym of solvent. So it will be insolvent. Then we use not just after the auxiliary verb. So he is not insolvent at all. You can avoid using this at all here. It's not mandatory. The student was too dull to understand it. To make this sentence negative, we need to replace the first two with so, and the second two with that. Then we will have to use the subject from the first part of the sentence, then cannot before the verb. So the negative will read like the student was so dull that he or she could not understand. As the sentence is in past tense, I am using could not. So the negative will be the student was so dull that he could not understand it. You can use she too, because the word student is a common noun. So you should never use he oblique she. Use either one, either he or she. We are very lucky. We have to make this sentence negative. To make this sentence negative, we have to find the opposite or antonym of the word lucky. The antonym of lucky is unlucky, and then add not with the auxiliary verb are. So we are not unlucky. Then opposite of very is at all. We are not unlucky at all. So the negative is we are not unlucky at all. I hope you have understood my lecture. If you have any question or query, you can comment on in my video. I'll see your comments and reply to him, inshallah. Please stay home. Your comments will make me inspired to make much more videos. Please subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz. Stay safe, stay at home.